some of the takeaways you would want to leave with them in terms of their getting into a program like your program, which is an organized, disciplined program, you know, and then where we are here, you have the 4 seasons, and the 4 seasons could be very extreme seasons. When it's hot, it is hot.
Yeah. Yep.
And when it's cold, it is cold. I can tell you that. Coming from the Caribbean, I've been here, 5 years in this particular state, and been in the US, some 20 something years. But, you know, this is the state that has introduced me to this kind of weather. It's an extreme weather.
Yeah.
You know.
So just in weather alone, it's unique for us because as the school grows, we gain more attention. So more people want to be here. And for those of you who probably have no idea where Jefferson is, we are right in the heart, essentially, of Philadelphia and Pennsylvania. So we're on the East Coast. And all I can say is you experience every season to the fullest extent. When it's cold, it's cold. When it's hot, and it's an adjustment because you're in a city too. So the weather changes in that aspect because the hotter days sometimes feel even hotter because you're around so many more people, just the population density, and it's an adjustment. There's a girl that just came onto our team. She's a sophomore this year who's from California, and it was just a culture adjustment for her to be there. And there are girls that are from up and down the East Coast. There's one from Michigan that's coming in for her senior year. There was another girl from Wisconsin who transferred, but you're involved in a different culture just geologically, just where you are. So it's fun, but I'm trying to think of a good takeaway that I can say from all of this. And I keep thinking of just, even though on the surface you see that we are a bunch of intense individuals who have a job to accomplish, and there's a lot going on. We're working really hard on the field and we're working 10 times harder in the classroom, that we're still people. We still feel the same things that you feel, even though we get to represent the university in a way that a lot of people don't get to do. It's exciting just as it is nerve-wracking. We walk in on our homecoming days when we have the most fans on the field, and we're nervous more than anything because we know what we're capable of, but like we need to actually do it, and there are actual eyes on us. So we feel every range of emotions just as a person. And I think it's important to not feel overtly intimidated when you're looking at these programs and you're seeing these girls that gave up a lot, because I think it comes down to that. Like, there are a lot of things that I probably missed out on as a kid because I wanted to be able to be where I am now. And I'm so excited that I did that. But I think that it kind of helps people relate to student athletes more because we're in the same classes as you. We're doing the exact same things. And even though we might be a couple years older than you, you're doing the same groundwork as the things that we did before. And there's a lot more that we can relate on than there is to drive us apart. So we're still people. Don't be scared of everybody because everybody's scared of everybody when they first come in. It's not like you're the only one that's feeling all these emotions.
Also, too, what is good about it is that you've been there before.
Yes.
And that is very, very critical. As I mentioned, the kids, you know, you are not alone, because you have to remember those kids that might be in the college 3 years or on the last year, they were once like you before. And you have a pattern now that you could look at. They were just like you when they now come into school, you know, trying to find out everything, and you don't overwhelm yourself and get culture shock, but you just, you know, learn the right things and move along that line so you could settle yourself and you always have the athletic director and the coach and the senior players on the team you could relate to and have some conversations with, and you find out from them how you deal with this when you now come into school. How did you go about handling this, you know, and you would make friends because it's a family, as Quinn tell you, it's a family affair in terms of these schools. And when you leave to go to play a university at another university, is we versus them or that kind of stuff. That's what it is. It's no, you know, we are here just to play a game. No, this is not a game.
Yeah, not at all.
this is you're hearing it from Quinn. I can tell you she's very competitive. This is not a soccer game. That is not what it is when you see in college play each other. You are representing a name, you're representing a brand, you're representing a school, you're representing the faculty, you're representing your coaching staff, your family. This is serious business when you get out on the field here. And at the
Even
end of
another, yeah, even not to cut you off, but even another level of that is you're representing your academic program too.
That's it.
There, because I know for me, there are not a whole lot. I think there's only two, including myself, and I'm in a graduate program now that are even in the marketing schools at our university. So it's the two of us, the three of us saying, okay, we're going to take Jefferson women's soccer and Jefferson marketing and really put it on our back. And we want to put on a show, and that it shows other students that might be interested in that same pattern, that it's possible. And even if there aren't girls on your team that, or people on your team that are doing that and they're not in that program, it shows you that, okay, this person's, they're the only one on the team in that program. I can be the only one in that program on my team. And it allows you to put a lot on your back, but it gives you so much to feel great about, so much pride.
Yeah, you have to leave it out in the field, as one of the coaches say over here, no blood, no foul, right? As the coaches say over here, guys, no blood, no foul. The game is going to be played, and the game is played. It's tough at the collegiate level. I can tell you that it is tough. Kids are coming because there's a bench there, and you don't want to be on that bench. You want to play. You don't want to be traveling what 4 hours drive to go somewhere and 4 hours drive to come back to sit on the bench. No one wants to do that. You want to play the entire game, so you got to work. You got to get yourself together so you can remain on the team, follow instructions, compete for positions, because you are competing for positions in the team. And then when you get on the team, you got to make every second count on that soccer field, because you want your college or your university to come out victorious, to go forward at the end of the day. Quinn, I want to thank you so much for your time. I know you're busy, you're getting yourself ready to get back out to school, which is starting, I believe, when next week, or 2 weeks from now?
Yeah, we have preseason start Monday. So we go preseason the 16th to the 22nd, and then school starts on the 23rd.
And preseason, guys, is not just preseason. The preseason is preseason.
Yeah.
And you don't go into preseason unfit.
Yes.
You got to do your work before you head back into the season, because you have maybe your 1 minute mile and all that kind of stuff, and your sprints and all that kind of stuff you got to do. So you don't come back to the first day training session and you ain't fit. This is not a picnic. You got to be fit.
My coach always says you don't want to show up to preseason and look to get fit in a week. You want to show up fit to preseason so that you can grow on that, because you can't grow if you're not fit when you get there.
It's discipline, guys. It's order. This is what this is about. This is something I mentioned in the group. Quinn, we have 2 groups, two WhatsApp groups we have, and one has about 200 and something, 100 and something. Kids are joining from different parts of the world, and I continue to explain that to them. You got to be ready.
Yeah.
You just got to be ready. And Quinn just mentioned something, and I'm going to piggyback on that, Quinn, that you mentioned that you would go through the videos, and you would go through the information the kids applying to get in your school. And what are some of the things you look for, Quinn, when you look at these videos? Because we have kids looking, and we have different people looking at on different social media platforms, and also this will be recorded for television, and along to it will be recorded for the YouTube channel where hundreds of people go. What are some of the things you look for when kids send you? And this is a 2-part question. Could you give us an average of how much kids would apply? Or just an average, and also what are the key ingredients you would look for when you look at someone that is applying to come to the school to be a student athlete, per se soccer?
Yeah, I can, of course, answer this. It'll be long-winded, but it'll be a good answer.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Trust me, you go ahead.
So as a university grows, there are so many applicants that the university gets academically. And no matter what, the school will always get all of those. But because the school's growing, the sports teams are growing as well, because we're getting that many more people that are looking to be involved in our program because they see the school already as something that they're interested in. So not only is the school getting potentially thousands of applicants, I don't know what the numbers are, but
I have to pause you there. I have to pause you there, quick. Guys, are you understanding what I mentioned to you guys when I leave those messages inside of the group, what Quinn is saying? And I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to let Quinn repeat it. Quinn is getting thousands. She is getting thousands of applications, guys, for student athlete in the soccer program. Thousands. And they are not just from the US, right? You're getting from different parts of the world, I would say.
Yeah, so the university attracts everybody, to be completely honest. The school offers so many different academic programs that they're able to get thousands of applicants. And then you break it down into the teams. And I mean, I don't get all of them because my emails aren't updated on the team site yet. Thank goodness for that. But I get forwarded everything that our coaches get forwarded, and it's hundreds. Just within the past couple months alone, I've received so many, and it's just overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing. But in that sense, you realize how many coaches are getting so many emails per day. And we're a small Division II school, so you can only imagine how many more the Division I programs are getting on a day-to-day basis. And so just to pull things apart, we're looking to see that you're sending your film and your highlights. If you have a YouTube video or a link that you can send that just kind of breaks down so that we can physically put a name, like a face to a name for the emails that we're getting. It's nice to be able to just put things together and just see that, hey, you're showing off your film, you're showing off your footwork, your goals, everything in between. And is that something that can fit in our program? And if that's something that excites us, then we'll look further into your email and say, okay, do you have a tournament show coming up? What are the dates? What's the field number? What's the time? What jersey do you wear? What's the name of your team? What are the colors that your team wears? Where are you guys from? Who's your head coach? Who's your assistant coach? Who's your team manager? Who are we going to look for when we're there? And where do we go? We really just kind of need everything laid out for everybody as easy as can be. It's really like you're trying to explain your exact location to a toddler and just make sure that they are exactly where you want them to be. So it's giving a lot of tedious information, but it's, hey, this is my name. This is where I'm from. This is the club that I play at. This is the high school that I go to. So as a college coach, we're not looking at high school as much as we are your club team. So travel's the most important thing out of those two. So if you're at a tournament, can I know the field number? What time are you playing? And then back, like your jersey colors, what number is everything? How, like, if you know your position, you know where you might be on the field, then that's even more helpful. So it's really giving a lot more information than you think you need to in order to ensure that Coach X knows exactly where to find you. Because at the end of the day, you're fighting for yourself. So when you're transitioning towards the college soccer foundation and everything, like you're working a lot for yourself in those moments, but only in respect to making sure that those coaches are seeing you and you're being seen by the right people and making sure that they're seeing what they want to see and you're giving out the talent that you know you're capable of, which is why you invited them in the first place. So in that aspect, it can tend to get individual, but even then it shouldn't be, because it's still about your team. Coaches want to see a good team player, and they want to see that the person that is interested in them is doing the framework for the culture that that coach already has in their team. So it's busy, but it's giving a lot of information.
Quite interesting. Do you also do research on kids too, you know, into social media pages, and you know, you saw a kid and this is a kid we spot and we like this kid, and do you go hunting now to find out, is this the kind of person that we would want in our program? So you would want to go to the social media pages and look and see you know, what is transpiring with this kid, because you want, it's not just soccer, you're a student athlete, and the character of the person and the things, is this a family person? Is this a person who is organized? Is this a person who would be able to fit inside of here? Because I cannot miss on this one. I have to make sure that this person, you know, is worthy of coming to our university. Do you go and do that kind of search? Because I know some coaches would go into your social media pages and take a look and see the kind of stuff you have inside of there.
Yeah, I can certainly say that if on an email that's getting sent to us, if you have your social media links and I have the time, then yeah, I'll look through it. But that's only if you've already piqued my interest as a player to a coach. And that's only if it's made available to me. I'm not really going to seek it out because there's a million other things that I could probably be doing.
That's it.
But then at the same time, like if you're a recruit and you've been identified as a top recruit for that class that your coach is looking at, you do want to make sure that you're just doing that groundwork, because God forbid someone does look on your page. They want to be able to see that you're not just like showing, like they want to see that you're a well-rounded person, that you're not just all about soccer necessarily, or that you're not just all about one thing, that they're getting someone that involved in their program that is going to fit in well culturally at the school, on the team, everything in between. And then just even taking that a step further as a student athlete. So we have a compliance officer at the university who works through the NCAA in a sense, and just makes sure that the athletes at that university are really putting their best foot forward, because at the end of the day, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing the university, you're representing your high school, your club team, everybody that helped you get to that point. So you're showing off for a lot more than just yourself. So it's a lot of making sure that we're posting the right things and saying things properly and being correct, because at the university level, on the NCAA level, you are being watched, and there's always a reason that someone could use to check it on you and make sure that you're doing right. And if you're posting the wrong things, then it'll come back and bite you in the butt for sure.
True. As one coach mentioned to me, say, Anthony, you gotta function like you have a camera on you at all times. Yes. Quinn, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here with us. Very detailed, disciplined, organized in your approach and the way you're going about things, and that is wonderful. You are an exception. I must say that you are a professional in the way you go about doing what you're doing, and I want to thank you so much for giving us, your time today. And I want to wish you all the best in the future. I know I'm going to see you again soon again. And thank you so much. Please say hello to Coach for me, Socrates, and to your coaching staff. And I know I would be able to come and watch a couple of you guys' game later on. Don't be surprised. You might see me coming up against one of your colleges on the bench of another team. Don't be surprised, right? Have a wonderful day. Blessings to you and your family, and much success to you in this soccer season. Thank you so much, Quinn. Guys, thank you so much for logging in the different social media platforms and our guest here. Thank you guys for coming. As we said, continue reaching for the stars, guys. Continue getting yourself together, and some of the vital information that Quinn shared. When you apply to school, it's thousands of kids applying for that same position. So when you send the information to me and I say a coach is interested in you, I need you to think about, there is thousands of kids applying and the coach is interested in me. I must be ready. I cannot be now looking to get my video. I cannot now be trying to get my grade point average, or now trying to find out where to do a SAT. A coach is long gone, guys. A coach is long gone when that happens. And for someone like myself, coaches contact me to recommend kids to them. And they may say, Coach Roy, I need a number 9. I need a goalkeeper. When I send that information to a coach, my name is attached to that. And I don't think a lot of kids can understand that. My name is attached to your name when I send it to a coach, because the coach know what I usually send to them. So if I set a play and it's not ready, then the coach will contact me and say, Coach Roy, this is not you. That puts me in a bad light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it puts me in a bad light because the coaches know Anthony's been sending me players for years. And these kids are ready. They came to our colleges. They graduated. They were exceptional in the programs. They went on to be, good citizens. And we expect a certain caliber of kids to come to Coach Roy. That is why we make contact with Coach Roy, guys. This is how important this thing is, guys. That you be ready. And as Quinn said just now, she's not waiting to get herself to go to camp or to get back to preseason to get herself ready. She's already working. So when she reaches there, she's going to land running. Quinn, thanks again. It's an honor and a privilege. Have a wonderful day. And guys, thanks you for tuning in. Quinn, we talk soon. Have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and all the best to you this season. And I wish you good luck with your masters. And I know I'm going to see you somewhere in the future, if not playing soccer, running a company or something like that, because you got all the qualities it takes to do that, Quinn. Thanks again.